Being alone is often seen as one of the most frightening experiences we could face. Imagine sitting at a table for one in a fancy restaurant, or waking up alone in a bed that feels colder than it should. There's that nagging sense of emptiness, a house that's too quiet, a life that feels void of meaning without someone to share it with. The idea of never having someone to celebrate your victories or comfort you during tough times can be unsettling. It's that sinking feeling that you might be unworthy of love, undeserving of companionship, and that this might be your reality forever. If you've ever been single, there's a strong chance you've encountered this fear at some point, and if you have, don't worry. There's absolutely no reason to be ashamed of it. It's completely natural and, dare I say, even expected to feel this way in a world that heavily romanticizes relationships. The pressure is constant, with movies, songs, and even the media perpetuating the idea that romantic partnerships are the ultimate goal. From social gatherings to political debates, one of the harshest insults is often that you'll never find love. It's because of this mindset that many people settle for relationships that don't quite fit, thinking that being with anyone is better than being alone. But what if we could shift our focus? What if we could redefine the narrative around being single and see the positives rather than just the negatives? Embracing the single life isn't necessarily easy. But with a little intention and a lot of honesty with yourself, you can create a fulfilling life on your own terms. For many, it's even easier to find happiness on their own than it is to find the right partner. Here's the key. Being single doesn't equate to being alone. You can still build meaningful relationships with friends and family that bring joy and fulfillment without it having to be romantic. In our society, there's an unspoken expectation that our partners should fulfill every role: best friend, counselor, caregiver, and provider. But in reality, no one person can meet all of these needs. Instead, you can spread this emotional responsibility across multiple people. And in fact, this approach often works better. When you have a network of people to rely on, you're less likely to feel isolated or abandoned, even during tough times. This is why many people feel lonely even when they're in a relationship. The problem arises when all expectations are placed on one individual, and when those expectations aren't met, it can lead to feelings of alienation and loneliness. This dynamic of feeling alone within a partnership can often feel more isolating than being single. The added guilt of feeling lonely, despite being in a relationship, can be overwhelming. Yet, many continue in relationships because they fear being alone. If society placed less pressure on staying in relationships at all costs, I believe we'd see less of this. Being single doesn't mean you failed at life. Despite what Hollywood and societal norms tell us, love doesn't complete us. We can be whole on our own. Sure, life is more affordable when you have someone to split rent, groceries, and other expenses with, but there are ways to live a fulfilling life as a single person too. You don't need a romantic partner to define your worth, and you definitely don't need to live by society's standards of what a successful life looks like. As a single person, you have complete control over your life. You can make major decisions, like moving cities or changing careers, without worrying about how they might affect someone else. The freedom to choose your path is something that's often compromised when you're in a relationship. Even small decisions, like how to decorate your home, what time to wake up, or what to have for dinner, are yours to make. This level of independence might seem trivial, but it's a luxury you don't fully appreciate until you're in it. When you're single, your life is entirely in your hands, and that's empowering. However, that freedom can also feel daunting. Many people struggle with the idea of being solely responsible for their own choices. In fact, dependency issues often arise, which is why some people stay in unhealthy, codependent relationships. But being single pushes you to face these issues head on. You'll learn how to take control of your life and develop a deeper understanding of who you are and what you want. Singleness is an opportunity to discover yourself. As a child, your choices were often made for you, and as a young adult, much of your time was dictated by the structure of the education system. But when you're single, you can finally experience life without the influence of others. It's a time to get to know yourself deeply, to hear your inner voice, and to build trust in your ability to make decisions that align with your values. But of course, singleness isn't without its challenges. It can still be lonely. You may find that your friends and family, despite being supportive, have their own lives and relationships to attend to. When you're on your own, it can be difficult to find someone to talk to at the drop of a hat. You might feel the sting of being the one left out, especially during moments when you'd normally want companionship. There's also the matter of intimacy. While we can all crave the closeness of a romantic partner, someone to share those quiet moments with, someone to take care of us, it's important to remember that we can still enjoy these things with friends and family. The yearning for physical or emotional closeness doesn't have to define whether you're successful at being single. The hardest part is taking full responsibility for your life. There's no one else to blame when things aren't going well, and that can feel like a lot of pressure. But at the same time, it's an opportunity for growth. When you face your own issues, you give yourself the chance to truly heal and become the person you were meant to be. In the end, embracing your single life isn't about running from relationships. It's about giving yourself the chance to figure out who you are and what you really want. Maybe, after some time, you'll meet someone who complements everything you've built for yourself. You'll know who you are and what you deserve, which will make the relationship stronger. Being single is not a failure. It's a powerful opportunity for growth, reflection, and discovering the beauty of your own life. If you find joy in your single life, you can bring that joy to any future relationships you might have. It's about knowing your worth and being patient for the right person, rather than rushing into something that doesn't serve you. Because at the end of the day, the best relationships are those where you've nurtured yourself first. So, whether you're embracing your independence or navigating the challenges of relationships, remember that both paths offer unique lessons. Being single isn't just about waiting for the right person, it's about becoming the right person. And relationships aren't just about companionship, they're about growth, understanding, and shared experiences. If this video gave you a new perspective, don't forget to hit that like button. It's a small action, but it makes a huge difference in helping more people discover content like this. The more engagement, the more the algorithm shares it with others who might need to hear this message today. And if you're interested in more deep dives into relationships, psychology, and self-improvement, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. That way, you'll always be the first to know when a new video drops. We're building a community of like-minded people who want to grow, learn, and understand human nature on a deeper level. So why not be part of the conversation? Speaking of conversations, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on today's topic? Have you ever experienced a moment where being single taught you something powerful about yourself? Or do you think relationships are essential for personal growth? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and you never know who might resonate with your story. Your perspective could be the one that helps someone else see things in a new light. And if you found this video valuable, consider sharing it with a friend or someone who might need to hear this today. Sometimes all it takes is one video to shift someone's mindset and help them see things from a fresh perspective. Thank you for spending your time here with me today. I appreciate every single one of you who watches, comments, and supports this channel. Stay curious, keep growing, and remember, your journey is yours to shape. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.